other men don't understand what consent is. Y'all don't understand that there's really not a male loneliness epidemic because symptoms don't have epidemics.
You could make the case that like grape is bad for certain people.
No.
For certain people.
No, it's bad for everyone.
No, it's only bad for certain people.
This right here is I couldn't have found a better two videos to piece up or whatever for this explanation. But this is pretty much why men are lonely, right? Why men are being rejected by women, I would say. It's not why men are lonely, because you cannot be with a woman and not be lonely. But this is why men are being rejected by women in droves. First, let's talk about the actual loneliness epidemic, though, and then we'll get into the.
It's so interesting to watch the proliferation of this idea of the male loneliness epidemic. An epidemic now, but still having to explain to people what grape culture is. Still having to argue with people that grape culture exists. Like, for real, you don't think those two things are related? You don't think that the reason you're lonely is because other men don't know how to keep their hands to themselves? Because other men don't understand what consent is. Y'all don't understand that there's really not a male loneliness epidemic because symptoms don't have epidemics.
Say that again. Hold on. Hold on. Take that back. I love that.
Men don't understand what consent is. Y'all don't understand that there's really not a male loneliness epidemic because symptoms don't have epidemics. Diseases do. Hold on. I'm going somewhere with this. The pandemic was from COVID-19. It was the COVID-19 pandemic. It was not the coughing pandemic. It was not the runny nose pandemic. And I don't want to make light of anyone's isolation because we're also in the midst of a mental health crisis. But if your body is still host to all of these sexist attitudes and misogynistic behaviors that harm women, and you're wondering why you're lonely, you are the cause of your own epidemic.
That is a fucking fact. That's what it is. Whatever is happening to men is the fault of men. It is a direct reflection of the behaviors and attitudes and ideals of men. So men coming out here and playing the victim doesn't make any sense. It doesn't help us at all. Unless you're going to say that you're being victimized by the patriarchy, then I'm okay with that. But playing the victim and trying to paint women out to be the cause is crazy. Trying to convince women that they need to just settle for men is crazy. That's not the approach. The approach should be to try to convince as many men as we possibly can to be safer human beings. Fast forward, or let's, put a spotlight on one Deontay Kyle for the 5th day in a row. But when he just simply said that men, basically need to be held accountable for the actions of other men, and the men crashed out, that in and of itself is proof that we are not ready to combat male loneliness. We're not actually interested in combating male loneliness or curing it. What we want to do is we want to weaponize it and use it as a way to convince women, because we know that women are extremely empathetic and sympathetic. And if you can appeal to a woman, then they'll capitulate. And that's what men are hoping will happen. We're hoping that we can convince women that, we're the wounded puppy. Come hold us, take care of us. We need you. Like, that's what men want to do. Why you so mean to me? Shit ain't working. I mean, some women are falling for it, but the vast majority of women are like, nah, I've been bitten by that snake one too many times. You know what I mean? I've let that wolf in my house one too many times, and it ate my babes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ate my pigs. Like, I'm not doing that anymore. We're done. So if men actually want to cure that and stop that from happening, we have to change our behaviors. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But on top of that, we need to stop perpetuating, like he brought up, for example, grape culture, right?
You could make the case that like grape is bad for certain people.
No.
For certain people.
No, it's bad for everyone.
No, it's only bad for certain people. Here, like there's women, you agree.
grape is only bad for certain people is probably the most disgusting thing I've ever heard on the internet. And I don't understand for the life of me how this content is able to exist. This is why I don't want to hear anybody trying to call me a male basher or anything like that. I've had people like literally like try to deplatform me for me saying the things that I'm saying about men and act like, oh, this is a male bashing page. You just try, this is hate speech and all this. No, this is hate speech. This is hate speech. Me saying that men are disgusting because not enough men challenge this type of speech is not hate speech. Though I do hate the men that say this type of stuff, and I do hate the men that don't challenge this type of stuff. It's not hate speech. Two completely different things. I'm not inciting violence against a whole group of people by me saying that this type of shit it cannot stand. It cannot exist in our society. We cannot be having these types of discussions openly or privately, but this isn't something to debate. You see what I'm saying? This is not a debatable issue. Not everything is debatable. If you know what I mean? Like, so this is crazy. This is crazy. But in our culture, we can debate stuff like this. Because rape isn't bad for everybody. That's where we're at in our society. Just so if anybody was wondering where we stand in our society, we are at a place where men can openly get on the internet and say with their full fucking chest and no penalty, no nothing happens to him. He can ask the question, is rape bad for everybody? And then answer it with, no, it's not bad for everybody.
You could make the case that like grape is bad for certain people.
No.
For certain people.
No, it's bad for everyone.
No, it's only bad for certain people. Here,
Andrew,
like there's women, you agree, who have orgasmed during SA.
That has nothing to do with whether it's SA.
Bro.
That has nothing to do.
Okay. By this metric, any man that has ejaculated while getting a prostate exam from a male doctor is gay. I just want to make that clear. Any man that has gotten a prostate exam and ejaculated from said prostate exam from a male doctor, they're gay then by this logic, because he's saying just because a woman orgasmed during grape, that means it was good. As if those two things are connected. As if an orgasm is a physical response to a stimuli that sometimes you don't have control over, whether you like it or not. I.e., a male doctor putting a finger up your butt and checking your prostate and making you ejaculate as a man. So yeah, that was crazy.
Bro.
Whether it's SA. Are you kidding me?
Bro, I didn't say whether or not it's SA. I said during SA.
Yeah. What does it have to do with anything?
Well, bro, if that's the case, right, then was it bad for them?
Yes.
Why?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because there are overriding harms than just orgasm. I'm not saying that's not the case. What?
Perfect. So then here's the case then. The case is like when you say for some people, right? The reason you keep saying that is because even though it's the vast overwhelming majority of people, you want to like create this little minutia outlier, right? Is it logically possible that there's ever been a woman who's been SA'd who'd enjoyed it?
I am not going to.
Can you answer my question? No. Is it logically possible?
What? What? What is this argument? I'm so confused. What is the point of this argument? This is what I'm saying. He is fighting to normalize SA. He is fighting to create to carve out a particular brand of SA that's okay. Of SA. Yeah, bro. Like, what? Where are we doing? What are we doing? Man, what's going on? What's up? Like, this is unacceptable. This is crazy. I don't even, it's just crazy. Again, same metric, same logic. If you do it to a child and they like it, it's not child abuse, right? If you do this to a child and the child likes it, you do this to a 13-year-old boy and he enjoys it, is it not child abuse? He enjoyed it. Hey. He enjoyed it. What?
Possible.
Logically possible? Sure.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, but that's not. I'm not ascribing anything to that.
Do you think
Andrew.
there's ever been a single woman who's been essayed and has enjoyed it?
I'm not going to answer the question.
Answer the question.
I'm not going to answer the question.
But because then I can't say some people.
I'm not going to answer
Yeah.
whether women enjoy being great.
That's not what I asked you.
Whether a woman has enjoyed being great.
If there's ever been one, do you think there's ever been one?
No, I'm not answering.
You don't think there has been?
I don't know, and I'm not going to answer.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to answer. I'm not going to. This is such a.
He is trying to act like this is a gotcha. It's not. He's doing the right thing. Why would he answer that? That's disgusting. I would have answered. I would have said, yeah, sure. But how does that negate it? I'd have gave him the analogy I would have gave would have been, and there are children who have been essayed and they enjoyed it too. So is it still not essay because they enjoyed it? Like, I'm not understanding because by that logic, if the thing you're trying to tell me is if the person enjoys it, then it is not SA anymore. And that's not true. That's not true. Sorry to tell you that. And it's an oxymoron when you think about it. Like, let's think about it. From a technical sense, you know what I'm saying? Well, maybe not from a technical sense. It's okay. So if a woman is essayed and it's a fantasy of hers to be essayed, let's say, right? And when I say essay, because the concept of essay is it is against the person's will. Like they don't want it. Okay? Hear me out. But if a woman wants it, then she's not being essayed then, right? Technically, she's not being essayed. She's not being essayed. If she wants it, I'm saying, and only she can determine if she wants it. I'm saying if she is saying, no, that's what I wanted. No, I wanted that. I wanted a strange man to pin me down and a man that I did not know to do ungodly things to me. That's what I wanted. Then it's not essay. You see what I'm saying? Like, how could those two things exist? Because isn't that what it would be? It would be against my will, right? If I tell my wife she can touch me, it's not SA. If she touches me against my will, it's SA. If she touches me while I'm incapacitated, it's SA. If I have all my faculties and she does it and I like it, it's not SA. Right? That's how it works. That's why that question is dumb, because it automatically cancels itself out. And it doesn't exist. That's what I'm saying. I'd have said no. I'd have spoke unequivocal. I'd have said no. There isn't any woman on the face of the planet that wants to be SA. Like, what the fuck? No. Fucking dummy. No, I would have said that shit. I don't care if he argued and, I've heard of women. I don't care. I'd have called him a fucking liar to his face. I'd have been like, no, there's no women that want to be SA. There's no men that want to be SA. What are you talking about? Nobody wants to be SA. Absolutely not. Next question. Period. Next question. So, yeah, he did the right thing by not answering that question because that was a fucking stupid ass question. It was sick in and of itself. It was dumb on every level. It was dumb. It was sick and it was dumb. It was disgusting and dumb. It just didn't make any sense.
Weird thing. This is such a weird thing
What's
to get
wrong with
on
answering
about.
the question?
Because I'm not going to contribute to rhetoric that tries to say that there is anything good about SA.
Who said there's anything good about it?
You just said that some women orgasm, therefore that.
He just said it was something good about it. That's he's a fucking narcissist. That's like, what are you doing? That's gaslighting 101. He literally was saying this whole time, it's not all bad. Then if it's not all bad, hold on.
This is such a weird thing. This is such a weird thing to get on about.
What's wrong with answering the question?
Because I'm not going to contribute to rhetoric that tries to say that there is anything good about SA.
Who said there's anything good about it?
You just
Him. Isn't this him?
You could make the case that like grape is bad for certain people.
No.
For certain people.
No, it's bad for everyone.
No, it's only bad for certain people.
He said it's bad for everyone, and he said no, it's not. So what is that? What if it ain't bad? Then what is it, Andrew? What is it? If it ain't bad, it's good, right? You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers. You're not a good debater. You're a dummy. He's a dummy. I can't tolerate that guy. Somebody said I should go on there. I was like, nah, I can't go on there. I'm too black. I'm too vocal. I'm not good in spaces like that. Like I couldn't tolerate like a racist, misogynistic white man gaslighting me. Like it would literally, like I would get it. Like I would, especially this month, like sitting across from a motherfucker like that. I can't do it. I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. It can't be me. I couldn't sit there and allow that. I'm not wired all the way right for that. I do better by myself in the room talking about this shit than I do in front of a person like him. I could do it with men, but I can't. Certain men like him in particular, he has a certain, like Jordan Peterson and him, those types of dudes, they trigger something. I don't know what it is about them. I probably do know. I just don't want to say what it is right now, but it's something about that brand of man that like pisses me off more than like normal men who are just misogynistic. They have a different brand of misogyny, and they're more weaselly. I think that's what it is. And that type of shit, I don't know. And the arrogance and, all of that. I don't like it. But yeah, that dude, Andrew, is disgusting. That, I mean, as if we already didn't know that, and this is why men are lonely, because men are arguing about if grape is okay, if it's okay for some people. That's where men are at. That this can be a discussion, that this can be a debate, right? Is why men don't deserve to be anywhere near women. Just that this is a discussion. Listen to what I'm saying. That is it. It is a discussion is why men shouldn't be anywhere near women. I don't know how else to tell you that.